Know that the men who are trying to date young women are the leftovers because they can't get somebody their age to be quiet when they're trying to manipulate them. Thank you. There's no rush. Men who are older than you have nothing to give you. The reason why they are looking to date somebody 25 and they are 50 is because 50-year-old women who are smarter than you and him combined, want nothing to do with that man.
I think it's the funniest when like women like this is the type of women that will complain about age gap dating, right? Complain about older men dating younger women, because you don't see younger women who like dating older men complain. Because why? Because one, now these older women are competing with younger women, right? Because they're not young anymore. They wasted their youth, right, dating the older men. Because a lot of women don't tell you that, complain about it, is that when they were younger, they were dating older men, right? They won't even say it. They won't say it. Second is that they wasted those years, and now they are having to compete with the younger women, and they're bitter. They're bitter about it. They're bitter about that fact that, you know what, this is a representation of they're older now. That's a good representation of them being older and not as valuable or as wanted as they used to be, right? This type of woman, and a lot of the people in our comment section show that what they don't like in men, right? They always want a man that, all these women always want a man that has resources, right? That's a six-figure man, that's at a certain place in his life, that can provide, protect for them, right? What do they expect a 20-year-old or maybe a 25-year-old to do? Or a 30-year-old, right? What do they expect? That's why a lot of women are surprised when they say that they want a six-figure man, right? And yet none of the men around them are six-figure men or men with a lot of money. Why? Because men don't generally, it takes time for men to make money, right? At least, even an average man, it would take him time to build any kind of wealth, right? Even if it's small or large. So the lucky men, yeah, they could make a tech startup and, rise to millionairedom, right? But not many, right? Not many men could do that. So a lot of men, they could work years, into their 40s, maybe into their 50s, and they become, a six-figure man, a man that has a home, has maybe six-figure in his bank account, stuff like that, has assets. But that takes years for men to build, right? And that's how you see a lot of older men, able to date younger women, where they could, provide that kind of resource. But, a lot of these women are now complaining that those type of men aren't dating them. She said that, like, okay, the 50-year-old woman wouldn't want a 50-year-old man. What man would she even get? Younger men that would want to use her for her body? Because rarely you see a younger man wanting an older woman to be married with, to have a future with, because there's not much of a future with an older woman, right? If you built with a man, that's different. If you're trying to find a man when you're already, used, old, jaded, aggressive, tons of walls because of history that you've had, what man would want to deal with that? Again, women are delusional in thinking that men value age and experience. They don't, right? They value youth, purity, beauty, femininity, someone who's not aggressive, someone who's not combative, someone who doesn't have an attitude. Like this chubby looking woman, right? Who thinks she's better than average man, she definitely thinks she's better than men, period, right? No matter what kind of man you are, she definitely thinks she's better than a man. And what kind of man wants that? I mean, good luck to any man that wants it. But the general man wouldn't want to deal with something like this. Especially want to be married to someone like this. Yeah, she probably has plenty of men hitting her up and, you know, wanting to use her. But I don't see no man asking to marry her, right? She's definitely not married. So the problem is that women don't understand, right? Marry early then, right? Marry a man that's early. Instead of waiting until you're bitter and old and then seeing the world around you different. And then being bitter to men because of it. It's not a man's fault that you didn't get married when you're at your best, right? A man who's not at his best, and usually in his like 20s and 30s. Men are at his best usually 40s and above, at least financially, right? Now, if you're talking about physically, yeah, but if that's what you want, you gotta know what you want. You want a man for his resources, then a man's not at his best or close to it until after 40, right? You want a man who's his physicality, then yeah, go for a younger man. But that's not what generally women want to marry, physicality. They want to marry for resources. And this is how it is. So you can't complain about older men. If you don't want older men, then don't go for them. You know, you only complain because the men that you want don't want you. That's period. A lot of the women in her comment section and her complain because the men that they want don't want them. And why would they? Why would you want this? You know, this attitude, this aggression, this ugliness. No, they're good.
Older guys, 100%.
Older guys.
Older guys.
Mature men are definitely better, 100%.
They know what they want in life, you know?
Because they're more intelligent, they've got more money, which means they won't ask you for anything, more interesting, often better looking.
All the girls that are being 20 right now and absolute whores in the club, whatever not, in 10 years are going to be 30, trying to settle down and realize that all the good guys are taken. They're going to complain that they were ran through their whole life, but while they were partying for the past 10 years, all the good girls got cuffed by the good guys. And so now when they look at all the men that are options, they're going to be competing with the now 20-year-old good girls and be stuck. Why? Because all the good guys are gone. You missed your chance being a fucking whore, bitch.
So the thing is, yeah, women get in their feelings. They want to start saying, oh, these older men that dating younger women, oh, they want to manipulate them. They want to do this. You know what they're doing? They're trying to make the game fair. The game has never been fair because when we was younger and you was dating the older guys, it wasn't fair. We had to watch you jumping into those whips, watch you doing all these things. So now it's older and you're outside. The problem is when you're 30s and you're out in the outside the festivals, the brunches, you're directly competing with the women in the 20s now. And you expect the men in their 30s to just take you just because, no, it doesn't work like that. So what you've done is you've wasted your prime youth. So if you don't want to be one of these women complaining about it's not fair, I suggest you use your 18 to 28 to secure the guy you want to be with, build with him, and then get on out of here. Because if you're out here in your 30s, all you're going to get is get your back blown out.
Nah, but you know what though?
Just leave him.